We are inside the locker room of the Orlando Magic here as they're getting ready to host the Minnesota Timberwolves. It could be a big night for the Magic here in this season playthrough. As I said, they're getting ready to host the Minnesota Timberwolves here at the Kia Center. A win for the Magic, and they are in the NBA playoffs. Again, I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions. Welcome back to another edition of the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough. As we look over here, we got the Timberwolves, number 3 in the power rankings. They did not move over the past week, but they remained at 3. They were 2-1 last week. We got the Timberwolves, of course, at 53-26, looking to try to get the 4th seed as they're a game ahead of the Lakers. As I say, as we see Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Reed are your starting lineups for the Timberwolves. And for the Magic, we have Suggs, Bane, Wagner, Boncaro, and Carter Jr. But as I said, though, the Timberwolves at 53-26, game ahead of the Lakers for 4th, and they still have a shot at getting the 3rd seed as well. They're only a game behind the Rockets. Each team has 3 left to play here. See Orlando winning the tip here. But the Magic, though, 3 games ahead of the Pistons. They can get into the NBA playoffs as a 6th seed at least. Clinch a playoff berth if they win or a Detroit loss in the ticker, which the Mavericks do, or the Pistons do play. As you see, there's a miss right there as Wendell Carter Jr. will get the rebound. Pistons do also play on this calendar date, which is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026 is when the calendar date for this game is out, and this game will be released on Saturday, February 7th, 2026. You see Julius Randle coming around, and we are tied at 2. Mike Conley getting the rebound there. I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions. If you enjoy this content, hit the like and subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. As Jalen Suggs 3-pointers off the back iron. Timberwolves with it now. McDaniels coming around. He'll miss that one. Franz Wagner grabbing the rebound. Give it over to Boncaro. Boncaro, no good. Edwards with the rebound. Is it over to Mike Conley? Conley back over with Edwards. We got 4 on the shot clock here. Edwards coming around, no good. Carter Jr. grabbing the rebound. We got Franz Wagner with it. Dish it over to Bane. Bane for 3. No good. Mike Conley Jr. grabbing the rebound there. Over to McDaniels. McDaniels for 3. He nails it, and the Timberwolves are on top by 3. As we're approaching 2.5 minutes into this game here at the Kia Center. As I said, a big night for Orlando. As Desmond Bane will drain the 3, and we are tied at 5. Big night in Orlando, as I said. The Magic, a win or a Piston loss will give them get them at least a 6th seed. They still have a little bit of a shot of getting the 5 seed as well. Only a game behind the Indiana Pacers. Both teams, as I said, 3 games to play. For the Magic, I think they want to win out and try to finish 42-40. Wagner will miss that one as Julius Randle with the rebound. And as I said, the Timberwolves want to try to finish strong, and they still, as I said, still have a shot at getting the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. Bane with the shot. That's in there. And the Magic are on top by 2. I selected this game because, as I said, Orlando with a chance to clinch a playoff spot. They're in the play-in tournament regardless, but they want to get that 6th seed. They're in the playoffs to get a little bit of a rest before traveling to whoever they're going to be playing. Most likely Chicago, as you see Carter Jr. getting the offensive rebound. Most likely it's either going to be Chicago or Milwaukee who they're going to be playing in the first round, whether they are the 6th or the number 5 seed. They see Randall, no good. Franz Wagner getting the rebound. You got Boncaro there, giving it over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs back to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. with the dunk. And it's a 9-0 run by the Magic. See Jalen Suggs in the win against Detroit, which was actually their last game. Timeout. Timberwolves, 7:28 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout. And as I aforementioned here, coming out of the timeout, we look at the standings. One game behind the Indiana Pacers for the 5th seed. They are 3 ahead of the Pistons for that for the 6th seed. As I said, a win tonight or a Piston loss in a ticker will give the Magic the playoff berth, which means you'll have the Pistons stuck in the play-in tournament, and there's a miss right there. But as I said, though, the Timberwolves still fighting for the 3 seed. And I chose this game, and there are a lot better games on paper. You see Mike Conley Jr. with the bucket. There are a lot of better games on paper. We have the matchup between Oklahoma City and the Clippers that are going to be playing at Intuit Dome. The Clippers can get, if the Clippers win, they'll be 2 games ahead with 2 to play. As there's a bucket by Desmond Bane. He has 7 points already. But as I said, this one is actually something because Orlando has a chance to punch their ticket to the NBA playoffs and not have to go through the play-in tournament. As you see Jalen Suggs with the steal off of Julius Randle. Suggs taking his time now, dishing it over to Boncaro. Boncaro with the bucket. That's in there. It's an 8-point lead for the Magic. You look at Paolo Boncaro, 23.6 points on average. Anthony Edwards for 3. No good. As we see over the Paolo Boncaro, back over to Suggs. Suggs dishing over to Desmond Bane. 9 on the shot clock. 8-point lead for Orlando. Early on here. There's a 3-pointer by Desmond Bane, and he drains it. Orlando off to a very hot start right now in this game. (16-2) run in the last few minutes for the Magic. As you see, Ant-Man for 3, no good. Franz Wagner grabbing the rebound. 11-5, the rebound edge for the Orlando Magic. Wagner's issued over to Jalen Suggs here as we're down to the last 5 minutes of the first quarter. Suggs over to Boncaro. Boncaro for 3. He nails it, and we have a timeout called by the Timberwolves. 19-2 run by the Magic. We are 4:53 left of the first. We're going to take another timeout. And now we're going to have our first set of substitutions here. Let's look at the lineup set here. Edwards and McDaniel still in, but Dante DiVincenzo, Reed. I believe Reed might be switching positions here as we have Jones, Wagner, Black, Boncaro, and Wendell Carter Jr. still in. As I said, a 19-2 run for the Orlando Magic right now. DiVincenzo for 3. That is no good. Boncaro with the rebound, dishing it back over to Anthony Black. Over to Tyus Jones. And there's a 3. No good. Naz Reid grabbing the rebound. Dante DiVincenzo now has it as he's crossing the half-court line. Jaden McDaniels for 3. That's no good. Jones will grab the rebound. Rudy Gobert also into the game for the Timberwolves. That's a failed alley-oop there. Edwards controls it. Jaden McDaniels with it again. About 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Ant-Man with it. Ant-Man for 3. That's no good. Black will grab the rebound for the Magic. Got Tyus Jones dishing it back over to Boncaro. Over to Franz Wagner. Wagner for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing a rebound. Baseball pass over to Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards with a jump shot. No good. Boncaro grabbing a rebound. Over to Franz Wagner. Wagner back over to Wendell Carter. Carter coming around with the layup, I should say. And it's in there. Look at the Magic, 10 of 18 compared to the Timberwolves, 3 of 17 shooting early on in this game. We see Naz Reid with it. Pushing it back over to Edwards. Edwards for 3. He drains it. Naz Reid had 12 points and 4 rebounds, 4 assists in their last game against the Pacers. That was a victory. And we got the Timberwolves on the board in double figures now. A 21-5 run as we see Bancaro, I believe he's going to the line as Naz Reid called for his first personal foul.
At the line for your Magic. Taking 2 shots.
Bancaro will miss the first one here as we're going to look at substitutions here. Let's look at the lineup set for the Timberwolves here. Gobert stays in, but we got Dillingham, DiVincenzo, Shannon Jr., and Miller coming into the game. And for the Magic, we have Black, Bain, Wagner, Bidadze. As you see, Robert Dillingham did not play in the last time we watched the Timberwolves game. You see Terrence Shannon Jr. for 3. He nails it. Let's see Anthony Black in the line, has it right now. Franz Wagner back over to Anthony Black. Dishing it back over to Bancaro. Bancaro with the shot up. That's in there. It's a 13-point lead for the Magic right now. They led by as many as 16. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Dillingham for 3. That is no good. Bidadze with the rebound, I should say. You see Desmond Bain back over to Bancaro to Franz Wagner over the Black here. 10 on the shot clock. Bancaro, deep 2, no good. Shannon Jr. will grab the rebound. About a minute and a half to play in the first. Dante DiVincenzo to Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert will miss that one as Bidadze will grab it. There's Bidadze, as I said, grabs it there. As you see Franz Wagner, 10 on the shot clock. Wagner for 3, no good. Gobert grabbing a rebound. Dillingham with it. Over to DiVincenzo for 3, no good. Anthony Black grabbing a rebound here. Under a minute to play here in the first. 13-point lead for Orlando. Orlando over to Bancaro, back over to Anthony Black, back to Desmond Bain. 8 on the shot clock. Bain with a jump shot, no good. Dillingham grabbing a rebound. Yeah, go to Shannon Jr. Shannon Jr. No good. Bidadze with the rebound. There's the Bidadze. Either way, Bain for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing a rebound here. Shot clock turned off. DiVincenzo grabbing it. Turn around to Terrence Shannon Jr. He misses it. And Bancaro grabbing a rebound. Over to Bain. To Franz Wagner. Wagner. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of 1. The score, the Orlando Magic leading at 26-13. We'll be back to start the second quarter here on Vita Productions. Start of the second quarter here in Orlando. Randall into the game now as he took the inbound pass from Terrence Shannon Jr. Shannon Jr. for 3. That's off the back iron. Rudy Gobert with the offensive rebound and a dunk. Tyus Jones with it for the Magic. 15 on the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock here. Jones for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing a rebound. We got Jones, Black, Bidazzi, Bain, and Wagner. Moritz Wagner in the game to start off the second quarter. As we got Randall, DiVincenzo, Gobert, Terrence Shannon Jr., and I believe Dillingham. Look at the rebounds right now. 21-13 in favor of the Magic. The Magic were totally out-rebound against the Pistons in their last game as Dillingham for three. Dilly with the shot. And the Timberwolves are within 8. Bidazzi, as he gets the bucket there, and it's a 10-point lead again. Look at the Magic shooting 12 of 27 compared to 7 of 28 for the Timberwolves here. So we're a minute and a half into the game. Julius Randle coming around, no good. Moritz Wagner grabbing a rebound. Tyus Jones has it. Jones, that's in there. It's a 12-point lead. Shannon Jr., that's in there. Moritz Wagner grabbing a rebound. And there's Anthony Black with there. Dillingham with it. With the Magic up by 14. They led by as many as 16. Shannon Jr. for three. He nails it. Back to within 11. This game coming to you from the Kia Center here in Orlando as Bain will miss that one. Gobert grabbing a rebound. I am Vinny from Vita Productions. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as you see Julius Randle with the slam dunk. And the Timberwolves within 9. We have a timeout by the Magic here. 9:11 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. We're looking at the lineup set for Orlando coming out of the timeout. We got the points since All-Star game for team points. And look at that, tied for 4th are the Timberwolves. And we will not see the lineups actually set as it cut off. I know Bidazzi is still out on the court. Or is it Bidazzi? You see Aaron Black with it coming around. So she's over to Bidazzi. Or Bidazzi. It's so confusing. I know how to pronounce it, but sometimes I totally forget too. As you see, Dillingham will get the rebound. Dillingham with it. Coming around over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo for three. That's off the back iron. Desmond Bain grabbing the rebound. Crossing the half-court line back to Anthony Black over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs coming around with Bidazzi. He'll lose it, but he regains control. Bain with it over to Suggs. 4 on the shot clock. Dishes over to Black. Black for three. No good. Shannon Jr. Anthony Black, 2 points on 2 rebounds on 1 of 5 shooting as you see Rudy Gobert holding on to it. 10 on the shot clock here as we're approaching 8 minutes to play until halftime. Julius Randle. Shannon Jr. for three. No good. Bidazzi will get it. Shannon Jr. 6 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Both of those have been from beyond the arc. Bain coming around and a foul called against DiVincenzo here as we have substitutions. It looks like Franz Wagner and Anthony Edwards coming back into the game. Dillingham going to the bench. See Jalen Suggs with the 8 on the shot clock. 7.5 minutes to play here in the second. Over to Moritz Wagner. Moritz Wagner with the bucket. And the Magic are on top by 11 again. Randall coming around, and he will get the layup.
Assist from Anthony Edwards.
9-point lead for the Magic here as we got 7 minutes to play here until halftime. Bain back over to Franz Wagner. Wagner coming around. That's no good. Shannon Jr. grabbing a rebound. Shannon Jr. with a jump shot. That's in there. That's 8 points for him. And the Timberwolves are within 7. Go over to Moritz Wagner. Wagner coming around with the jumper. That is no good. Shannon Jr. with the rebound. Give it over to Julius Randle. Randle with the jumper, and that is no good. Gobert with an offensive rebound. No good for Jalen Suggs. Over to Bidazzi. Bidazzi coming around with the bucket. That's in there. It's a 9-point lead for the Magic. As we're over halfway through the second quarter, DiVincenzo coming around. Dishing it over to Edwards. Edwards coming inside. Over to Gobert. And Rudy Gobert with the slam dunk. T-Wolves within 7. We still got race for seeding-wise in both conferences as Bidazzi will get the offensive rebound off the miss. Moritz Wagner finds his brother Franz. Franz for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing a rebound as you see Anthony Edwards with it. Anyways, Julius Randle with the dunk.
Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man with the assist there. It's a 5-point game. Timeout Orlando. 4:57 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. We're looking at it right now at the lineup set here. We have Conley back into the game. Edwards, McDaniels, Reed. And then let's look at it here. I know Bidazzi's still in with Wagner. We got Black, Suggs, and that went a little too fast for me. Bidazzi inbounds it to Anthony Black. So it's Franz Wagner, I know, is into the game. Moritz is on the bench again. Franz Wagner for 3. That's off the back iron. Naz Reid grabbing a rebound. Mike Conley with it. Conley over to Edwards. Edwards for 3. Off the front rim. Franz Wagner getting the rebound here. Anthony Black. Black with it. Coming around. That's in there. And the Magic extend the lead up to 7. Excuse me, guys. Sinuses here strike at any time. So we got McDaniels coming around. Over to Naz Reid. Naz Reid for 3, in and out. Bidazzi will get the rebound here as we got Black with it. His unit back over to Bencaro. Excuse me. As Bencaro will miss that shot off the front rim. Anthony Edwards with it for the Timberwolves. Conley over to McDaniels. Back over to Reed. Reed with it. Reed with the layup. That's in there. Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniels with the assist there. And the Timberwolves within 5 here. 3.5 to play until halftime. 38-33, the Magic on top. As I said, the Magic, a win will clinch them at least the 6th seed, so they'll be in the NBA playoffs with a win. Or a Detroit loss as Bencaro will hit the 3. And he extends the Magic lead up to 8. Timberwolves still, want to at least play for the 4 seed. They're still playing for the 3 seed. Naz Reid with the bucket. And I said, this game is not the best game on paper, but this is a clinching scenario here. That's why I have this as a watch game, as this is the last week of the season. Bidazzi with the bucket, with the slam dunk there. It's back to an 8-point game. Under 2.5 to play until halftime. And there is a reach-in foul called against Franz Wagner, and we have another timeout called. Timberwolves will call the timeout here, 2:24. We're going to take a timeout. We're coming out of the timeout here as Wendell Carter is coming back into the game, as well as Suggs and Bain. So we had the starting lineups out for the Orlando Magic, and it looks like the starters are also out for the Timberwolves as we are approaching, as I said, under the last 2.5 until halftime here. 16 on the clock as of the inbounds. McDaniels over to Edwards. Edwards for 3. That's in there. Anthony Edwards once again bringing the Timberwolves back to within 5. As you see Anthony Edwards away from the target center, 33.7 points a game. Banchero, and that's going to fall in. Paolo Banchero with 15 points in this first half. Under 2 minutes to play until halftime. See Naz Reid for 3. No good. Franz Wagner grabbing the rebound. Over to Banchero. Banchero back to Franz Wagner. Wagner for 3. That is in and out. McDaniels grabbing the rebound. Jaden McDaniels. Back over to Mike Conley. Conley over to McDaniels. McDaniels coming around with a dunk. Some nice moves there, and he was able to get the dunk, and once again the T-Wolves within 5 here. Last minute of play here until in the first half. Banchero shot is up, and that's going to fall through. That's 17 for Paolo Banchero. Long 4 rebounds to go with it. Mike Conley with it. There's the shot for Anthony Edwards. That's in there. Anthony Edwards bringing the Timberwolves to within 4. 20 on the shot clock. 36 left to play until halftime. Banchero for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing the rebound. Got Mike Conley with it. Final 25 left to play until halftime here. We now have 11 on the shot clock. Edwards coming around. Edwards with a jumper. That's in and out. Carter Jr. with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Got Desmond Bain dishing over to Suggs. Suggs for 3. No good. And that's going to do it here. And is that going to count? They're going to have an official review. Does Anthony Edwards hit the shot? Did he get it off in time? Can't tell from here.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Basket is no good. And we go to halftime here where the Orlando Magic leading at 47-43. They are 24 minutes away from clinching the playoff berth in the Eastern Conference. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough. I am Vinny from Vita Productions, and we are going to bring it to the halftime report. Get ready to start the second half here in Orlando, where the Magic leading at 47-43. They led by as many as 16. As we look at Paolo Banchero leading the way for the Magic at 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, as you saw on that little graphic during the halftime report. 32 total rebounds for the Magic, as we had the Julius Randle inbounding it to Mike Conley to start the second half here. Starting lineups out for both teams. As you see, Naz Reid over to Mike Conley here. 9 on the shot clock. Back over to Julius Randle. Being guarded by Banchero. He's going to get the shot up, and that is in there. And the Magic and the Timberwolves are within 2 now. So the closest they have been since that little like 21-2 run to go up by 16. Banchero, as I said, definitely one of the team leaders in for the Magic. 3 points already. Suggs for 3. No good. Naz Reid will grab the rebound. We go over to Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels with the layup, and we are tied at 47.
Anthony Edwards.
Let's go Franz Wagner here. Back over to Banchero. Franz Wagner with it again here. Dishing it back over to Bane. Bane with a jump shot. That's in. And the Orlando Magic are on top by 2. Desmond Bane with 12 points, shooting 50% in this game in 21 minutes. Ant-Man coming around. Jump shot from inside the paint. That's no good. Franz Wagner getting the rebound. Over to Desmond Bane. Bane with the shot. That's in there. And it's a 4-point lead once again for the Magic. That was the margin they were up by coming into the halftime. That's where they're up again. McDaniels back to Edwards. Edwards coming around. 7 on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock. No good. Carter Jr. grabbing the rebound. Suggs with it. Back over to Wagner. Over to Banchero. Banchero with a bucket. And it's a 6-0 run. That is his first points of the second half. That's 19 points for Paolo Banchero. And the Orlando Magic up by 6. Julius Randle with it. 7 on the shot clock. Back over to Randle. Randle gets a shot up. No good. Jalen Suggs grabbing a rebound. Over to Bane. Bane back over to Suggs. He's over to Desmond Bane. Bane for 3. Off the front rim, I should say. Edwards grabbed the rebound. Now it's Conley over to Randle. Randle with the shot. That's no good. Carter Jr. will get the rebound. 16 on the shot clock for the Orlando Magic, leading it by 6. Wagner back over to Banchero. 7 on the shot clock. Banchero dish it over to Carter Jr. for 3. That is no good. Naz Reid grabbing the rebound. We got Julius Randle over to Reid. Naz Reid with a bucket. And the Timberwolves within 4. This game coming to you from the Kia Center in Orlando, Florida. I am Vinny from Vita Productions for this 2025-2026 season playthrough. We are in the final push. You see Desmond Bane for 3. No good. The final stretch, as I should say, the final week of the regular season. This is the calendar date for this game is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, as McDaniels will miss that one. The upload of this game will be Saturday, February 7th, 2026. The eve of the Super Bowl. I see Franz Wagner will miss that one. Anthony Edwards will grab the rebound. McDaniels with it. Dishing it back over to Edwards. Edwards with a deep jump shot. No good. Franz Wagner grabbing a rebound. Dishing it back over to Wendell Carter Jr. Carter Jr. with the bucket. And the Magic are up by 6 again. Julius Randle. And there's a timeout called by the Timberwolves. 7:06 to play in the third. We're going to take a timeout. We're looking at Anthony Edwards this season, averaging 32.5 points a game this season, but the last 5 games he's been a lot better with 37 points exactly in those 5 games, exactly per game. And his shooting percentage is like over 70% in that stretch. McDaniels looking to find somebody to inbound it to, and he will find Julius Randle. Randle coming around. Dishing it back over to Naz Reid, back over to Edwards. Edwards for 3. That's in there. And the Timberwolves are within 3. Got 14 on the shot clock. Paulo Banchero back over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. with the layup. Magic up by 5. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as Anthony Edwards will miss that shot. Carter Jr. will get the rebound. Baseball pass to Bane. Over to Suggs. Suggs back over to Banchero. Banchero for 3. He nails it. It's an 8-point lead for the Magic. Approaching the halfway point of the third quarter. 60-52, the Orlando Magic on top. Remember, the Magic win. They are in the NBA playoff, Eastern Conference playoffs. They don't have to go through the play-in tournament. They'll be at least the 6th seed. Still with a shot, the 5 seed, as Anthony Edwards says, "Hey, we're not going to let you celebrate just yet. We got plenty of game to play," which is true here. Banchero coming around. That's in there. Paulo Banchero, 24 points in this game. He's having himself a great game. He wants to put his team in the playoffs. See Edwards. Dishes over to Randle. Randle for 3. That's no good. Carter Jr. will grab the rebound. Jalen Suggs over to Wagner. Wagner over to Banchero. Banchero with the layup. That's in there. Paulo Banchero putting the Magic up by 9. Their largest lead was 16. And that was part of a 21-2 run in that first quarter when they were trailing 5-2. Edwards for 3. No good. Franz Wagner there with the rebound. Gives it over to Suggs. We will be announcing tomorrow or Monday's game, because there is no game tomorrow with it being Super Bowl Sunday. Banchero with the layup. That's in there. It's an 11-point lead. He now has 28 points in this game. Look at that scoring breakdown. He's got better as this game has gone on. Edwards for 3. No good. Banchero grabbing the rebound. Jalen Suggs back over to Paulo Banchero here as we're approaching 3.5 to play in the third. And Banchero will step out of bounds. He needs to have better awareness there. As much of a good game he's having, he needs some awareness, as we have Shannon Jr. and DiVincenzo coming into the game. And what's the lineup set for the Magic here? Anthony Black coming in for Jalen Suggs. And speaking of that, Anthony Black gets a rebound right off the mark, right off the bat. And you see Franz Wagner over to Desmond Bane here, 10 on the shot clock here. Got 3 minutes to play in the third with the Magic leading by 11. Bane for 3, or no, that's not for 3. That was a deep 2, but it was a miss anyway. Julius Randle with it. Coming around the layup, and that's in. And the Timberwolves really needed that one. Timberwolves only shooting 24-66 to 30 of 64 for the Orlando Magic. And there's Carter Jr. for 3. That is off, and that is no good. DiVincenzo has it. Julius Randle coming around. Don't forget also, when we are done, when this game is over with, we're not done yet. We still have player stats as well as the post-game ticker as Bancaro is going to the line. It's an and one opportunity for him. That's 28 for him. No, that's 30 for him now. So we got a slew of substitutions for both teams coming in. Bancaro will make that one. That's 31 points for him, and the Magic up by 12 here as we're down to the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. 69-57. So this is a 22-10 run if you think about it, because there's a shot up no good. Because remember, the Magic were up 47-43 going to halftime, coming out of the half. The Timberwolves came back to tie it, and it's been all Orlando since then. Black for three, no good. Terrence Shannon Jr. with it. Is it over to Dillingham? Dillingham for three, no good. Bancaro grabbing a rebound. Tyus Jones. Back over to Desmond Bane. Bancaro, and he's going to go to the line, shooting two. That is Gobert's first personal second team foul called against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bancaro, as I said, has 31 total points already in this game.
Shooting two.
Shooting two. Here at the O-zone. That's what they call it. And he'll make the first one. Miller coming into the game for... Not DiVincenzo, I know that. DiVincenzo's still in there for what I saw. But Miller is inserting into the game now. That's the second one was misses. Miller actually gets a rebound here. Under a minute to play in the third. Dillingham, Dilly with the layup. Terrence Shannon Jr. with the assist there. As I said, under a minute to play here. It's an 11-point lead. Anthony Black back over to Bancaro. Bancaro back over to Black to the Bancaro. Over to Bane. Bane for three. No good. Terrence Shannon Jr. with the rebound. DiVincenzo for three. He nails it. And the Timberwolves are within 8 here. They're not going away yet. Shot clock turned off to end the third quarter. Bancaro almost stepped out of bounds again. Back over to Desmond Bane. Bane with a deep two. No good. Miller gets the rebound. DiVincenzo for three. No good. And that will do it. The Orlando Magic, 12 minutes away from clinching a playoff berth. They lead the Timberwolves 70-62. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on YouTube. We'll be back. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. We start off with the State Farm assist of the game. That goes to Franz Wagner. That was Paulo Bancaro. That is the State Farm assist of the game as Moritz Wagner into the game to start the fourth quarter. Jalen Suggs out on the court as well. Bidadze, and I believe Franz Wagner and Anthony Black, I think, starting the fourth quarter. And that is exactly the lineup set. As I said, we have Randall, Dillingham, Gobert. I believe that's DiVincenzo. And who else is out on the court for the Wolves? Clark. So that's the lineup set for the Timberwolves here. Randall will miss that one. That's a steal, and that's going to be a blocking foul called against Dante DiVincenzo.
Personal foul. First team foul.
As, let's see here, who's coming into the game? Gisano. Gonna get a minute. I think that's the first time we called his name. Moritz Wagner dishing it back to his brother Franz. Franz for three. No good. Randall will get the rebound. Who's that? Juzang. Back over to Julius Randle. Randall. There's the bucket. Bedazzi will inbound it to Black. It's an 8-point game. As we're over a minute into the fourth quarter here. Suggs coming around with a bucket. That's in there. It is a 10-point lead again. There's a steal by Moritz Wagner. Suggs with it now. Suggs for three. That is no good. Rudy Gobert grabbing a rebound. Juzang. Over to Dillingham. Dillingham for three. No good. Suggs will get the rebound. I think we saw Juzang play once in a watched game. Black will miss that one. DiVincenzo will grab the rebound. And I think that was the massacre they received. They were on the wrong end of a massacre on that Christmas Day game against the Denver Nuggets when I saw Juzang play. Over to Gobert. Gobert. Shot is up and that's in. 9:45 to play in the fourth. Suggs for three. No good. Gobert with it. Baseball pass to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo just thought about it for a second, hesitating. 15 on the shot clock. Dillingham for three. No good. Moritz Wagner with the rebound. Dishing it back over to Black. Black with the layup. It's a 10-point lead again. 9:07 left here in the fourth. Quite possibly 9 minutes until playoffs for the Orlando Magic as Wagner will grab the rebound. Back over to Franz Wagner. Back to his brother Moritz. There's Jalen Suggs with it, 10 on the shot clock. They shoot it over to Anthony Black. Black will shoot the three. That's no good. Rudy Gobert grabbing a rebound here. Juzang. They shoot it over. Excuse me there. As you see Julius Randle with it. Dishing it back. Thought about it for a second. He will get the shot up. No good. Moritz Wagner grabbing the rebound. Jalen Suggs has it. Suggs for three. No good. Dante DiVincenzo with the rebound. So we got Dillingham with it. Over to Gobert. Rudy Gobert with the slam dunk. Robert Dillingham with the assist there. And we have a timeout by the Magic. 7:53 left to play. They lead by 8. We're going to take a timeout. And we look at the lineup set here for the Timberwolves here. Dillingham, DiVincenzo still out. Edwards, Randall, and Reed. And now for the Orlando Magic. Suggs, Bain, Black, Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. out there. You see Carter Jr. will inbound it. And he will inbound it to Banchero. Banchero is having a good game. 31 points so far. Banchero will make the bucket in there, and the Orlando lead back up to 10. Actually, that's 32. Make that 34 now. 6 points in the mid-range. We got Julius Randle coming around. That layup is in there. As I said, Minnesota not going away. They know what's at stake. They have something to play for, too. They still have at least a shot for the 3 seed. As they come a game behind the Rockets for that. But they are a game ahead of the Lakers for the 4th seed coming into tonight. Bain coming around. He will put the shot up. That's no good. DiVincenzo grabbing the rebound. Dillingham with it. That shot is up. No good. Carter Jr. grabbing a rebound. We got Black with it. I know Orlando is definitely having a big edge on the boards right now. Carter Jr. back to Banchero. Banchero will miss that one. Julius Randle with the rebound. We got Anthony Edwards coming through with it. DiVincenzo to Dillingham. To Julius Randle. Randall, that's a miss right there. Naz Reid will miss that one as well. Carter Jr. will grab it. We got Bancaro with it. Back over to Black. And we got Bancaro dishing it back over to Suggs. And there's a three-pointer right there. No good. To Dillingham. Dillingham with the bucket. That's in there. No good, actually. And there's Bancaro with the rebound. 78-70. Jalen Suggs with it. There's a deep two for him. No good, but Anthony Black with the rebound. And the slam dunk. It's a 10-point game again. DiVincenzo. Over to Edwards. Edwards for three. And Anthony Edwards says, hey, we're not going away yet. Still got a long 5:20 to play here for Orlando. But as the seconds tick by, see Desmond Bane for three. He says, hey, anything you could do, we could do better. 5 minutes to play here, and possibly 5 minutes for a playoff berth for the Orlando Magic. But Anthony Edwards says, hey, not yet. We still got time, and we're still in this thing. Bane for three. Once again, he says, anything you could do, I could do better. Orlando Magic back up by 10. We see Anthony Edwards. Is that a three-point attempt? It doesn't really matter anyway. That's off the back iron. Jalen Suggs with the easy rebound there. Bancaro. Paolo Bancaro. And there is a slam dunk right there by Wendell Carter Jr. It's a 12-point lead. Orlando 39 of 87 shooting, while the Timberwolves are 32 of 86. 12-point game. Dillingham. Over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards for three. No good. Desmond Bane grabbing a rebound. Carter Jr. holding on to it. 15 on the shot clock here. Final 3.5 to play. Bane for three. No good. Edwards grabbing a rebound. And there's DiVincenzo coming around with the layup. That's in there. And the Timberwolves within 10.
Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man with the assist there. Again, if you enjoy, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As Desmond Bane with the three. That's 23 points for him, and we have a timeout by the Timberwolves. Exactly 3 minutes to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. We're coming out of the timeout here, looking at the lineup set for the Timberwolves here. Randall Reeder still in, but we got Conley, Edwards, and McDaniels, and I believe we also have Suggs, Bane, Bancaro, Franz Wagner, and Carter Jr. coming into the game. So I think it's starting lineups for the final 180 of this game. McDaniels over to Conley. 10 on the shot clock. McDaniels for three. No good. Carter Jr. with the rebound. Desmond Bane give it over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. with the slam dunk. That's Wendell Carter Jr. 14 points. All 14 of those are in the paint here. 2:25 to play in the fourth. 93-78 Magic on top. Anthony Edwards coming around. Edwards. That's in there. Which, by the way, this is the final home game of the regular season for the Orlando Magic, as they are on the road to end the regular season. Final 2 minutes. However, they are giving their fans a show on Fan Appreciation Day, and they're going to be a minute and 52 away from saying, hey, you enjoyed tonight? Hey, you got at least 2 more home games coming up, as Edwards shoots the three. No good. As they are a minute and 39 away from clinching a playoff berth. They will be in as at least the 6th seed. Maybe the 5th seed. Franz Wagner for 3. That's in there. It's an 18-point lead for the Magic. Under a minute and a half to play. Edwards for 3. Carter Jr. will grab the rebound. This is the second time we've seen the Orlando Magic play within 3 days, as Carter Jr. will not miss it. They did not lead by double digits at all. In fact, actually, it was a last second. It was a bucket with a few seconds left of the game that put them up by 9. That was their largest lead of the game, which ended up beating Detroit by 9. Back on that was Thursday night's game, as you see Anthony Edwards with the dunk. But they led by double digits throughout majority of this game. Yes, the Timberwolves did have a little bit of momentum. They even tied the game early in that second half. But it's been all Orlando since then, and there's a foul Naz Reid call. That's going to be an and one opportunity there as the Magic actually will reach the century mark. Joe Ingles is going to get a couple in for the final 32.2. Jace Richardson is into the game. The son of NBA player Jason Richardson. 101-82. So we got Edwards right there. No good. Black will grab the rebound. All they got to do is just hold on to this. Jace Richardson. Does he dare to try taking a shot and maybe getting points on this game? I don't think he's going to do that, though. He's going to hold on to it. And welcome to the Eastern Conference Playoffs, Orlando Magic. 101-82 winners over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Will we see the Magic again for the remainder of the regular season? I don't know, but we will see them in the postseason. As the Magic will be no worse than the 6th seed. They still could be the 5th seed. But stay tuned. We are not done yet. Time to look at the post-game statistics. And we start off with the victorious Orlando Magic here, where we had the player of the game, Paolo Banchero, 36 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists and a block. Desmond Bane, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Wendell Carter Jr., 17 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, followed by Anthony Black with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Goga Bitadze, 6 points, 8 rebounds. Jalen Suggs, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Franz Wagner, 3 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Followed by Tyus Jones, 2 rebounds, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Moritz Wagner, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist and a steal. Jace Richardson had 1 minute to play. Then we have Noah Penda, who did play in the last game. Jonathan Isaac as well played in the last game. Jet Howard and Tristan De Silva did not play in this game for the Orlando Magic. And now for the Minnesota Timberwolves, led by Anthony Edwards, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Julius Randle, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Rudy Gobert, 8 points, 12 rebounds. Terrence Shannon Jr., 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Jaden McDaniel, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Naz Reid, 6 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Robert Dillingham, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Mike Conley with only 2 points and 1 rebound and 4 assists as you can hear a train go by. Leonard Miller only had 2 rebounds. Joe Ingles got some playing time in the game. So did Johnny Juzang. Jalen Clark as well. Joan Beringer is the only player who did not play for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And those are your player statistics for this game. And stay tuned as we are now heading to the post-game ticker. It is now time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. And we finish off with the remaining games for April 8th, 2026. Well, any drama for the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference has come to an end as the Hawks defeat the Cavaliers 114-111. And a game that we just watched, we saw the Orlando Magic move their record to 500. They will be at least the 6th seed. They still have an they still have a good shot at getting the 5th seed. They're now within a half a game of Indiana with 2 games to play. Indiana was idle on this night. But the Timberwolves, though, fall a game and a half back of the Rockets for the 3rd seed and now only have a half a game lead over the Lakers for the 4th spot. The Bucks now fall to a game and a half behind the Chicago Bulls as they fall to the Detroit Pistons 118-99, and the Pistons will do no better than the 7th seed. They will be in the play-in tournament by virtue of Orlando's win. The San Antonio Spurs still have a leg up over the Phoenix Suns. They have a game over them for the 9th spot. They win 119-103 over the Portland Trailblazers. The Nuggets fall to the Memphis Grizzlies 135-132. However, as I said, the Nuggets did clinch the playoff berth. They will be no worse than the 6th seed. Still fighting for the 5th seed, at least. And in a game that I almost thought about choosing, but really it doesn't have as much of a bearing as the Orlando game did, as Orlando actually had a clinching situation. Both teams are already in the playoffs, and neither team was going to win the number 1 seed that on this night in the Western Conference anyway. But it is the Thunder going into the Intuit Dome, beating the Clippers 127-124. Both tied once again, and I believe Oklahoma City does have the tiebreaker in that situation. The Suns, as I said, they are in the play-in tournament, but they are now falling. No. They didn't fall because they actually win 105-90, and now the Mavericks are a half a game behind the Warriors for the 7th spot in that Western Conference playoff play-in tournament. Right now, the Warriors would host that 7-8 game in the play-in tournament if the season were to end against the Mavericks. 105-90, Suns win. And by the way, the Spurs are now within a game of the Mavericks for 8th spot, and that is huge. Difference between 8 and 9. If you're in that 7-8 game, you only have to win 1 game to make the playoffs. If you're in that 9-10 game, you have to win 2 games. And that will do it for the post-game ticker. As my buddy RJL Network would say, if your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. It is now time for the injury report for the games played after April 8th, 2026. We got the Philadelphia 76ers with Jared McCain and Joel Embiid on the hurt designation. Gary Trent Jr. has a hurt designation for the Milwaukee Bucks. Same with Chris Paul, who has a hurt designation. Actually, he did not even play at all in that game a couple nights ago that we showed. Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, and Luke Trevors are actually out for the Cavaliers. Celtics are fully healthy, but that's not really going to matter. Jevin Carter has a hurt designation. Zubac is out, and Derek Jones Jr. is recovering. For the Grizzlies, Jalen Wells is hurt, but we're probably not going to see them anyway. Hawks are fully healthy. Terry Rozier, of course, with that suspension, and Tyler Hero is out 2 to 4 weeks with that fracture. Brandon Miller is hurt. Spencer Dinwiddie is out. Pat Connaughton is recovering. The Utah Jazz fully healthy. Again, Sabonis is recovering. Might as well shut them down. They only have 2 games left to play. They're not going anywhere. OG Anunoby is out once again. He'll miss the first part of the playoffs. Miles McBride recovering for the Knicks. Austin Reeves is out. He'll miss the first part of the playoffs as well for the Magic. Orlando fully healthy. PJ Flagg and Cooper Flagg are out for the Dallas Mavericks. Najee Marshall still hurt. Brooklyn Nets are without Williams, Porter Jr., and Clowney. Nuggets fully healthy. Pacers, of course, we knew they did not have Halliburton. Benedict Mathurin is recovering. Pelicans fully healthy. LeVert is out, and Saucer is hurt. For the Toronto Raptors, they have Devin Carter, Mama Kalashvili is out, as well as Quickly is out. Or they're not actually out, they're hurt. They have the hurt icon, so 2K will override it. Rockets, we know about Van Vliet's injury. Jabari Smith Jr. is hurt. Dylan Harper is now out with Kelly Olynyk, and Let me tell you something. They are fighting to maybe get into that 8th position. They're going to need the Dylan Harper, and that's unfortunate. He's going to miss their rest of the season. Dylan Brooks and now Ryan Dunn is out. Maluch still has that hurt designation. And Aaron Wiggins is going to miss the first part of the playoffs. He could miss the entire playoffs. Timberwolves are fully healthy. Lillard out. Williams III is hurt, but that doesn't really matter. And for the Warriors, Podziemski out for the season, and Kuminga has that hurt designation. And Alex Sarr has a hurt designation as well. And that is your injury report. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, which means we will not have the game out tomorrow. I don't want anybody to worry about an upload. I don't think anybody's going to be watching it at all because they're going to be too busy watching the game or doing anything, getting ready for a party and stuff. So I am wisely not going to upload the game tomorrow. But Monday when we return, we have another Eastern Conference matchup, and that is between the Miami Heat and the Toronto Raptors. And yes, once again, there are better games on paper, but guess what? There's a lot more meaning for this game. Some of these games have a lot more meaning because the Miami Heat are still looking to try to get that 8th spot, or at least be in that 8th spot. So they only have to win one game to be in that in the playoffs. While we have the Toronto Raptors that is a full game ahead of the Washington Wizards and 3 games ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers with 3 games to play for that 10th and final play-in spot in the Eastern Conference. I know a win for the Raptors will eliminate the 76ers, but if they lose, who knows how the post-game ticker will turn out, because I know both the Sixers and the Wizards have a game on this day, which will be Thursday, April 9th, 2012. As I said, we only got 4 regular season days left. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop, as well as also don't forget to, if you are inclined to, I mean, it's not mandatory, but I do have the link to my Cash App in the description down below. If you are inclined to donate, hey, I appreciate it. If not, hey, it's cool, and thank you for supporting this channel just by watching this video. And with that, reminding you guys, the final score of the game, the Orlando Magic clinch a playoff berth. They defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves 101-82. I am Vinny from VW Productions, and we will see you Monday night.